Okay, so it's the Curvy Copter. Bottom half is totally solved, and the top half is not. I'm doing this assuming that you've jumbled the puzzle, so kind of doing, moves like this, where you switch two pieces in their orbits and whatnot. So yeah, the way that I go about solving the last half of the Curvy Copter is to first put in these kind of petal-shaped pieces, and then to do the corners. Obviously, the first step is to, since these are basically kind of the centers of the puzzle, because they are kind of they define the axis around which everything rotates. You first turn them so that you have all of whatever your last color is. For me, it's yellow because I started on white. But whatever your color happens to be. So if you start on red, then it'll be orange, and etc. Basically, if you have all of the pieces in the right orbits, which I don't, then you can do kind of just basic sort of intuitive, down, down, up, up sort of stuff to put all of these center pieces into place. But if you haven't, then there are two things you need to do. First, you need to get every single piece into the correct orbit, and then you need to, for each orbit, fix any parity errors that you might come across. So basically, the way that you can get a parity error in this is through the orbit switching move. So when you turn these like that and then turn this 180 degrees, what happens when you do that is that this piece and this piece change orbits, but at the same time this piece and this piece swap. So that means that within an orbit you have exactly two pieces swapping, and that means that you then can't solve it using normal 3 cycles. So you need to find a way of then swapping exactly two pieces again without creating a parity error in any of the other orbits. Then once you're done with the center pieces, you need to work on the corners. I just use commutators. If you don't know what commutators are, I'll include a link in the description for what I think is the best and easiest to follow explanation of what commutators are and how they work. Basically, first I get all of the corners in the right place. So the way I do that is I'd find a way to get this corner to here without affecting any of the other pieces here, then flip this 180 degrees, do the first sequence of moves to get that corner over there in reverse, and then flip this back, and then you will have cycled 3 corners. And then you do a similar thing for reorienting them. So I'd find a way to rotate this corner piece without affecting anything else in here, then flip this, do that whole thing in reverse, and then flip it back, and then that will have oriented 2 corners. That's probably kind of everything you need to know to solve it without actually being told exactly how to do it. Good luck.